Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. D.B. Halbert here, author of Black the Name, Black the Burden, aka the Black series, available on Amazon in both paperback and digital download, digital viewing ability. Here again to continue our journey into creating and orating a story of our own as a stream. Using the Pathfinder role-playing game system as the baseline for our story to give us some concept of consistency, set rules for us without having to define the entirety of our world ourselves. The Pathfinder system gives us some good boundaries of how magic works in our world, how characters interact with the world around them. And we're continuing this now as we've created our 4 characters, the main cast, the problem, the heart, the big friendly guy, and the mother. Still yet to be named. I think there will be a mini stream deciding those names, because I want them to mean something for the campaign. I'm still contemplating what the campaign itself will be. I have a concept in mind, and it's taking something that's very popular at the moment and putting a twist on it, some darker theme, putting the villains from one side to the other side type of thing. And we will be, I'll be discussing that once we finish the section we're currently doing, and that is creating character art. Now, this isn't something required for playing in Pathfinder, Dungeons & Dragons, or any role-playing game, but I have a decent... I like to think that my ability to draw is a decent ability. My artwork is decent enough that I like to make character art for the games I play in. I like to create my characters so that those around me can at least see in my art style, my head, what I'm enpictioning. And I will admit that my art style doesn't follow what's in my head 100%, and I still like how it comes out though, so I still go with it. So we will be continuing that journey today by, here, let me just turn on my screen. So we have yesterday's creation, the Goblin Alchemist. This is the problem character. This is the 5-year-old who's been raised since he was found as an orphan by the next character we're going to be drawing, which is going to be the Halfling Bard. Now I've gone ahead and I took the Goblin Alchemist that KRA file that I saved yesterday, and I've gone ahead and resaved it with the title Stream Team. I've put all of the Goblin Alchemist into one folder, as you can see here, and then with this as the body and the body color, this being the eyes, and this being the line work. And based on this template, I went ahead and prepped the folders I'll need for the Halfling Bard, because I know I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to do the line work first, and then go down to color, and then finish off the line, the eyes and mouth. That's just how I do it. And I went ahead and cleared out the sketching, the sketch work, the form filling that were on the first 2 layers I have down here. So I can go ahead and close out the goblin. These 2, if I hadn't deleted the those actually, I can probably show the actions. Nope. So, if I hadn't deleted what I had done, these would have my blue, green, and purple lines that we had yesterday when I was constructing the form. Today we're going to get started on the halfling, so let's go ahead and do that. So first things first, I'm going to grab the thing I use for construction, and I'm going to use the hard pencil. This gives very light lines that thicken up the more you go over them. It allows you to build a form with sketching more than just 100% opacity does, and it has a little bit of a texture to it. It feels natural to me to sketch with this. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and so I want the head. Whoa, let me go ahead and reconfirm I want the pencil. So I want the head about this area, facing away. I want it to be fairly pointed. This is a female character after all, and for me the pointed faces are, instead of the square jaw, feel a little bit more feminine. That is not necessarily true for all, but it's how I like to do it. Just below, so at chin level, this is going to be our collarbone, and that's going to be mostly square, but with a little bit of a turn. And shoulders here, and here. And this goes to the back of that space, like so. And then we have let me go ahead and clean this area up a little bit. I don't like how that's currently looking. Well, actually, that's the beauty of the pencil. Let's just define the lines we want more of. So I want that to be that side of the neck. This side, that goes down there, and then there's a bit that comes here, and then there. And there's our collarbone. The shoulders aren't very broad, but that's because we're doing a halfling, so they, like goblins, have big head syndrome. They look very much like children, so the proportions will be a little bit off. Halflings also are, at least in Pathfinder, are known a little bit for their larger ears. At least based on the picture that they display in their in the core rulebook. All right. And so if this is our collarbone, I want our hips to be here. Female character, so we're going shoulders and hips, same with each other, and then just a slight bend to them, like so. Alright, and we are going, so this is, I want her to be playing her flute. So just thinking about how those arms would look, this one is going to be coming down to about a third or a quarter of the way across the chest, like so, and then coming back up into the hand. And that hand is the one that is away from the face, so this is going to be the back of the hand right here. And the flute's going to be coming across like so. And that same form is going to be mirrored a little bit right here. But this one's on the back side, so the thumb is going to be out in front. And I fix the hands later on. Make sure I display. Let's just go ahead and lasso this bit and fix it up. Come on. Okay, let's try that again. So, coming out of this hand, right here, we want this thumb in front and the rest of the hand behind. That should define it enough for me, future me. Okay. Now, this character's weight is square at the moment, but I'm thinking I want a little bit of a hip thing going on, so I have a little bit I can shape the feet a little bit differently. So I think I want to lower the right hip and raise the left just a little bit. No, I want to raise the right hip. So I'm not turning on my camera, but I am doing a pose right now to figure out what I want to do. So I'm going to put raise this hip to here, lower this one. And that is so that I can have this leg planted. And I want this one, I want to move it over just a little. And I want this one to come in front of this leg just... Actually, no, that's not what I'm doing. Okay, give me a second. Deletion. So I want that one there. So I want it to be starting. I want the foot to be about here. That's what I want. And the leg is going forward a bit. And this hip actually is coming forward a bit more. So I need to recess this one. And if you get the form right, so I want this to be a smaller hip over here. If you get the form right, this is going to be straighter. And this is going to be much more larger hip. If you get the form right, everything else kind of just molds onto it. Like clay artists actually build a skeleton underneath their basic form, and then they start adding onto that. And I know artists, pin artists, can work without what I'm doing right now. I can't. I'm not that skilled. But we also have, this is our eyebrow line. Means our nose is about here. Means eyes here and here. But I think we're just going to have them closed. And just the upper lip visible. And of course we need hair, and I have a particular hairdo that this character is in mind for this character. Because this is a halfling character who really plays into the fact that taller folk really do see halflings and assume they're children. She takes advantage of that. Oh, for music in the background, I am using, I'm continuing to use NCS. Uh, NCS is non-copyright sounds. In the description, they do say for use for your streams or videos, and have a contact here for anyone who is a copyright holder to contact them to get their songs, the copyright holder to remove the song from these playlists. So I'm putting that in my video, just in the stream, just so that it is clear that I'm trying to do my best to avoid any copyright situations. That. No. I got clean up this line. This is not where I want the hairline. That falls down too much. Wrong one. Turn off that. So just straight over to the brow. Because, and to the sideburns, I mean. Because these are leading up and back, and I need to do it like this. 2. Some shoulder length pigtails. Okay. So we have the skeleton. Let's go ahead and add some more form to it. So we have here going to the shoulder. Shoulder is going to come here. Armpit here. We need the chest cavity, like so, going down into the stomach and then to this forward hip. This one, this side of the chest cavity is going to come down, and then it's a little bit of the back end right here. We have, so let me enter my pose again. Need to put this like so, because that's coming out and down to the left. This one is just straight down. So let's make sure those are natural-ish looking. Knee. knee comes down to foot. Let's do the other side now real quick so I can get the foot in front that I want. So this side. That bone is closer to the top than the other side. So like so. I need to clean up this area. Go, give me a second. Pencil. Alright, so going back to this area. This is definitely the leg that is in front. There is a bit of curve down, and then this leg is coming out from behind. This isn't working. Just increase the opacity. Let's restart this area. It's odd to focus on it, but it does drive a little bit of the shape of the legs. It feels odd to focus on it, I mean. Knee right here. Oh, I can turn the opacity back down to 60. Whoa. Okay. And while they look like children, halflings do reach adulthood as at the same rate as humans, and this is an adult. Before anyone starts trying to freak out on me about that and the appearance, the foot is coming down. Like that. I don't know why I felt obligated to say that, but I did. Somewhere in there is the foot. Okay. Actually, it's turned a little bit more this way. And underneath that is firmly planted the other foot. The shoulder. Sorry, I got distracted. The torso is turned slightly away from where the head is. So the torso is going this way, so chest like this to give it, and then it twists at the bottom. So it twists at the stomach. Yeah. It twists at the hips. Okay, so this is a young woman, an adult. I say young woman. She has passed through the development that takes a female from child to adult. She is not entirely well endowed, necessarily, in that aspect of things, or in this particular aspect of things. It is important that these shapes are present. It's one of the things that makes us know that it is a girl and not a boy. Yeah, the chest is turning away, so that goes there. This arm is coming out of nowhere. I need to actually move it over. Okay. I'm just going to clear out this section real quick. Quick restart. So let's look at that shape. So my shoulders were off to begin with. So this one needs to be the forward one. This one's there. So yeah, let's take another crack at this whole section right here, this upper torso. I like how the legs have turned out for this shape, but let's take another crack at this upper torso. To do that, let's get a neck. Sometimes you have to erase. Okay, so shoulders, I do want the collarbone at about this point, relative to the chin. Now the right shoulder is the forward one. The left shoulder is the back one. Okay. That being said, how is the neck positioned towards these shoulders? It's actually squishing towards the forward one, so let's go ahead and move them relatively. I want this one, well, it's the front one, I want it there, and I want this one a little bit further back. Okay, so our shoulders are here and here. Chest is functioning. It's a little overturned, I think. Okay. So let's go ahead and erase that real quick. Clean this up. I still have a bit of a line where I want, so that's where I want a collarbone relative. If I put all here, I should be able to just, there we go. So I want the collarbone probably like about here, so I want this. I'm working on characters for a campaign that I will be turning into a story for stream. So I'm in the process of learning the Pathfinder 2e system. I'm going to be using this stream to I'm a self-published author, and so I like telling stories, and I'm going to be using this stream to tell a story about 4 characters in Pathfinder 2e. And what I'm doing is I'm drawing the characters. I do a little bit of art, just personal stuff. So I decide to go ahead and draw the characters I'm going to be using for the story. Actually, I need to shift the head over. That's one of the problems. So this is one of the characters, which is a halfling bard, and she's the one who adopted So one of the things is goblins are very monstrous creatures, but one of the characters is a goblin alchemist who is very chaotic and focused on bombing things. This character adopted him a while ago when she found him as an orphan, and has raised him, and that's how he has become a member of the party. She grew up with the other 2 who were orphaned in the town, and that's the reason they are kind of cool with the goblin. Is anytime they're like, hey, the goblin's doing something wrong, she can just be like, but he's an orphan just like you 2. Or if they feel like at least that's how it was in the beginning. This needs to move over a skosh. There, that probably is. That probably will work a little bit better. Now let's try this again. So this torso. So that's what I'm arting. I'm drawing those characters, and I'm explaining if anyone has any tips. Part of the reason I'm explaining is I'm explaining my reasoning for doing things a certain way. If people have tips, they can hop in and mention, well, you say you do it this way, well, maybe you should try doing it that way. Otherwise, for those who want to learn, I'm not saying I'm an expert in any way, but this is just how I do it. So sometimes just getting how people do the thought process of others can help someone find their art style. So that's what I'm doing. This is going to, so this arm actually is pressed up. So whatever is in this general area is going to be pushed up. I'm a male, so I understand there's a connotation when drawing female anatomy. So I try to be careful. So this is coming around. Flute there. So let's do this and try to get this bit out of the way. So this arm is too tight to this side, I think, because this one, this bit of flesh is free from pressure, according to my stance. Okay. Because one of the best ways of practice of getting a form is by standing in it yourself, because your body will react the way most bodies would. And this is going to be the upper end, so this... Okay, so without the effect of that arm, this would go in about this general area. It's going to be let me erase a bit right here. Actually, this arm is wrong. Means this one is too. This torso is right. These arms are wrong. I'm gonna clean this up. Mistakes are a part of learning. And like I said, I'm no master, so let's do it with, let's strike the form without the arms. So this arm is coming down here. That's too far down. Okay, wrong button. So this arm comes to about here. Before it can come up here. That's too short. Keeping in mind this is not necessarily human anatomy. Well, let's see, how long should our arm be? Should be able to go from our shoulder hand should be about there. So we're looking at from back here down to about, yeah, down to about there. So let's go ahead and clean this up again. I think the head's turned a little bit too much. Actually, it's for this pose. Yeah, it should be more forward. Okay, I can fix that. Hey, this is part of art. Discovering the picture within the art. Yeah, so we're gonna have to start this head over, but I want to keep this one for reference because I like how this head turned out. So let's just finish this torso. And we'll plump a appropriate head down. onto it. Literally working from the ground up right now. Dang it, I need to switch to this one first. That was way too thick. I need to clean that up, so. Hello, hello. So I'm making a halfling bard at the moment for Pathfinder 2e game. I'm doing good. I've got my own art style. I'm not a professional artist, but if you like this type of art, I don't know. I don't know what that means. I want this, so I need to bend the arm upward a little bit more. Okay. If you explain what you mean by chest open, I might be able to tell you the answer, but the fact that I don't know probably is a sign that probably not. So I want the flute. Right there at the collarbone. So this, bit of the arm. I don't like it there. Okay. You know what? Too much issues. Starting over. Okay, let's try a different construction method. I want the hips going one way. Trying not to be too exaggerated. I want the hips going one way. I want the shoulders more level. So I want the shoulders. Sorry, I'm spazzing out. I want the shoulders. The left shoulder is going to be a little dipped. As is the left hip. Kind of. The left shoulder has to be forward. It can't be the back one. That's what I keep finding. So let's rotate the body a different way. Let's have the torso facing the other way. So I want, if this is our collarbone, I want, you know what? How far back can I go? Can I undo that full delete? No, I can't. Okay. So let's do another skeleton. So let's make a chest cavity. Based on a rib cage. And we have stomach area. Hmm. Okay. Let's start over. Okay, so the outer curve of the chest, I want to look something like this. And we'll hit the stomach, and then the outer curve of the pelvis will look something like this. Okay. So we have our stomach here. That's the back, so we want and the pelvis we have going other way. Like so. So I want this to be moved. So this is coming down like so. Okay, that's too low. Sorry, I stopped talking, but I really just want to get the basic shape done, and to do that, I'm really trying to focus. There we go. Jeez Louise. Okay. I have the basic shape down. Let's get the head in there. So I want the head mostly based on this shape. Da, 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 da. One second.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history. Yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history. Yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. For all the pain. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also
Yeah, it's another one of those situations. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go. We'll pick this up tomorrow, probably in the 2 o'clock slot. So from 2 to 4, we'll probably try to finish our halfling bard. See you guys then. Bye.